Hello everyone. Gotta make sure I stay in frame here. So I've been wanting to do this video for a long time and been wanting to do like an inventory of all of the books I own and do a comparison of what I've read and what I haven't read so that I can get a better idea of what books I need to focus on, because one of my goals for this year is to read more of what I own instead of just constantly buying new books, which I just did a recent book haul, so that was for my birthday though, so that doesn't count, you know? Basically, how I'm going to do this is I'm just going to go through shelf by shelf. For the most part, I have my books organized by genre. Might be some things mixed here and there, but I'm going to try to go by genre. So I'm just going to take you guys on the entire process. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is more of a video for me because I'm nerdy like that and I like numbers and statistics and comparisons. So that's why I'm doing it. But I also just kind of want to get an idea of what I have in my library. Buddy, did you want to be in the video? He says no. I think it was about a year ago or more, I don't remember, I'll link it up here, but I think it was a tag video where it said to give the number of books you own. I'll put that number here of what it was then, and then I'll compare it to what I have now as well. So we'll see how much my library has grown from that point. So anyway, let's just get started. Yeah, it'll be some time lapses here and there as I'm going along counting and marking. I'll stop and talk if I need to. But I'm in a bit of a dilemma because there are some books, especially on my education shelf right here, that you cannot see in the frame, that aren't really books that you just read cover to cover. They're just books you go to for information. So I don't know that I'll count those books as unread because I have not read them in their entirety. And like some of them are dictionaries, things like that. So I think I'm going to just like have a separate category for those books that aren't necessarily meant to be read cover to cover, but we'll just figure that out as we go along. I guess this is also kind of a little bit of a bookshelf tour. I don't know that I have given an updated tour recently, but it's fine. You guys will now get to see my books. But on the first shelf here, I have my Christian nonfiction books. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through, mark the ones I've read and haven't read, and we'll just go from there. Where's my clipboard? There it is. I did want to say that I kind of got this video idea from Emma. Her channel name is Emmy. I love watching her videos. Her vlogs and everything are just so chill. She's in university right now, and wow, my wind chimes are being very loud right now. It's windy today. But she is an English major, I believe, and so she like, the way she analyzes books just like intrigues me so much, and I love it because I'm nerdy like that. We have literally no similar tastes in books. Like, there aren't very many books that she's recommended that I would actually read, except maybe the classics, but I still enjoy watching her videos, and I wanted to give credit where credit is due because she did kind of do a similar type of video, and that's where I got the idea. But anyway, let's just get started now, okay? Instead of jabbering. So yes, first up, Christian nonfiction. I feel pretty good about this shelf because I pretty much read my Christian nonfiction books as soon as I get them, because these are books that I'm really interested in, like, to read right away, like as soon as they come out or as soon as I hear of them. Whereas other genres, I'm like, yeah, I want to have that book on my shelf, but I probably won't read it right away. So far of what's on this shelf and these here, I've read 32 of the books, and now I'm going to go through and count the ones that I have not read yet. Okay, 11. on the shelf that I have not read. Oh, I just remembered. Now that I have Elisa Childers, my dad has her other book that I have, Another Gospel, and that one I did read. I just don't have it on my shelf, but I'm glad I remembered it so that I can count it in my overall number of books that I own. So, alright, so let's see if I can show you guys down here. I just have these books just tucked in the corner back here. They're more Christian nonfiction and they just don't fit on my shelf. I'm gonna also count those. You just won't see it on the screen because I don't want to disassemble the tripod and everything, so I'm gonna disappear for a moment. I just killed a spider. Ugh! It's warming up and that means the spiders and bugs are returning to the house and I am not okay with that. I always go on the warpath whenever I see spiders entering my home. No. No. Back to it. I can't remember if I've read this one. Let me get my Goodreads. Okay, I have not read this one. So, all of those books that are tucked down in that little corner, I'm gonna try to rearrange this at some point, but right now I'm just gonna go through and count my books. I have not read any of those. Those now made the numbers a little bit more even of what I have read and what I have not read. 27 to 36. I have read 36, have not read 27. Okay, I think that's it for the Christian nonfiction. So, now, let's lower the tripod so we can get the next shelf in frame. So this is my education book shelf. We've got dictionaries, we've got literature treasuries, information books, you know, all of the things. So I've read some of these. A lot of these will go on the will not read cover to cover section. I'm just going to be here, this little face in the corner. I am currently attempting to learn Italian. So I have an Italian Now. It's just like a lesson book on Italian. I've got 2 Italian dictionaries. I'm not sure why I have 2 Italian dictionaries. I'm not sure why one would not be enough. I don't know what the difference is, except this one is just like an older vintage style Italian dictionary, and this is a very large HarperCollins college dictionary. So those 3 books will go under the will not read cover to cover. Another random Italian speaking books. I'm finding treasures that I forgot I have on my shelf, but yeah, this one is like a dictionary on all the Italian hand gestures because I love the way the Italians use their hands when they speak. But I have those apparently. What happened to my pencil? This is a ukulele instruction book because I also attempt playing the ukulele. But I have not read that one either. Learning to read music. Have not read that one, but that one will go under the read or unread categories. Let's do information books. I've read Spy the Lie because I love body language books, but I have not read this one, Winning Body Language. So read and unread. Ex Libris. Confessions of a Common Reader. I actually really enjoy this book. It's so fun. So, I read that one. So, yay. Bushcraft 101 Field Guide to Survival. I have many interests, people. I've not read that one. I've flipped through it, but I haven't read it. The Art of Travel. Love this book. I should read it again. And also The Wayfarer's Handbook. So those are my travel books. I love them. Those are great. I have read those. I'm telling you, I have so many interests. I picked this one up at the thrift store. It's scribbled up and falling apart, and it was going to be trashed, so I brought it home. But it's a shorthand dictionary, just because. And I find that interesting, that people can actually write in shorthand and understand what it says. I, however, cannot, but I just thought that was a fun book to have. So, that's it. So, most of these books, Kippers, come here. 5, 10, 15, 19 books are ones that are just educational books, like the dictionaries and everything. I've read 4 of these and have not read 7. I should get on this. Okay, now we're getting down to my bottom 2 books here. Most of these will be unread because this is kind of my physical TBR shelf, like all of my unread books, but I have other unread books on my other shelves, if that makes sense. This is mostly fiction books, so I've read some of these, but not all of them. Let's just go through and count them. Alright. So I've read 6 of these 25. These are my just regular fiction books. Okay, now on to the bottom. These bottom ones are a mixture of fiction. These Christian fiction books should go into my Christian fiction section. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some reorganizing. Let's move those. Need them. Here's another fiction book that I have not read. Let's put that one up here in the correct shelf. Here's another one that I haven't read. Kippers, you need to stop whining, okay? Now, the bottom one here, since I moved some books out of here that shouldn't be here, are all... okay, yeah, so all of these are nonfiction books that I haven't read yet. $22. Okay. All of those I have not read. They are nonfiction. 22 in total that I have not read. Now, let's move on to the classics. Alright, so, on to the classics. Why am I always losing my pencil? Found my first one, but I have no idea what happened to my mechanical one. I'm going to do the ones I haven't read yet first. Okay. Now, the second shelf. I have 2 copies of Little Women. I have this beautiful, I think, come on, focus, edition, paperback edition of Little Women. And I wanted this one to just be the one that I read because the old book, this 1800s edition, it's kind of dark, you can't see it, but this one is very old and fragile, so I don't want to wear it out even more. So yeah, I wanted to have a different copy that I can lend out to people if they want to read it, and also for me to reread. Well, those are 2 books, but I have read them. So I'm going to count those as both of them read. I wanted to then be able to add up all of the books that I actually own, even if they're 2 copies of the same title. So, on to the ones I have read on the shelf. This one here is Friedrich Schiller's book on Mary Stuart and William Tell, but it's written in Polish and I will never read that one. I can't read Polish. It's my souvenir from Poland, so that one's going on the one that won't read. That is it on my classics. Just kidding. I think I have some somewhere else. Hold on. Okay. I had 5 more books in another room that I have more as decor, but they're classics. And I have not read those. So, these books. This shelf. Very packed. This is my nonfiction books. The biographies, true stories, autobiographies, memoirs, history books, the whole works. And I have not read many of these, unfortunately. Again, my read to unread statistics are not very great at all. Okay, so let's just get started again with the ones I have not read. We are now done with these shelves. Over here on my currently reading TBR bookshelf, I have 2 other nonfictions that I am partially through but haven't finished, so those will go under unread. Now we're going to do my Christian fiction books, and I have some here on my currently reading or TBR shelf. Just trying to make sure I'm getting all of the books here in this room before we go into my bedroom where I have my Christian fiction bookshelf. So let's head there. Okay, so it's kind of hard to know where to put the camera because right here is our bed and right here is the shelf. So it's a very tiny space here, but I'm trying to make so you can see the entire shelf here, which I think you can once I move out of the frame, out of the way. But so we'll start over here. I have my Anne of Green Gables set and my little crocheted Anne doll from my aunt. It's so cute. I love it so much. I am hoping to get Gilbert soon so that he can sit here beside her. But anyway, this one, the statistics will be a lot better because I've read most of the books on this shelf, which is great. Okay, of the Anne of Green Gables series, I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 so far. I have not read the last 2. I've read The Blue Castle, another great one. I have read The Chosen book. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've not read this one. It's a new one. This is also a new one I have not read yet. These 2 Julie Klassen ones I have not read yet because they are new. Alright, I'm gonna move back so you won't see me, but you'll see my hand. Okay, this is the Lana Blackwell, the Gresham Chronicle series. I have 2 of them loaned out, but I have read all 3 of them, so we'll mark those. 2, 3. The New Point 911 series by Terry Blackstock. I've read all of those. They're out of order here. 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the first one loaned out, but I've read all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've read the Hearts of Montana trilogy. 1, 2, 3. I've read The Mistletoe Countess by Pepper Basham, and that one is on there as well. Okay, now to get the lower shelf here. These on this end are just some like my journals and things. So this one should go in regular fiction. It's The Book Thief. So I'm gonna move that back to the other shelf, but we'll put that under the red of regular fiction. Start here. This is the updated revised edition of Ben-Hur. That one I did read. I have not read these last 2 because they are new. Of the Hanger's Horseman by Karen Whittemire. I have read At Love's Command, which I love the first book of that series, so I'm sure I will enjoy these. Okay, so I only have these 4 books. I have number 1, number 7, 8, and 9 of the Zion Covenant by, I can't pull it out, Bodie and Brock Taney. I have not been able to find the others in the series that I need, but I have read the first one, Vienna Prelude, and I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to finish the rest of the series once I find them, but I have not read those 3. 1, 2, 3. This one is Hadassah, One Night with the King by Thomas Tenney, and I have read that one. Really enjoyed it. The Mark of the Lion series. I have read all 3 of those multiple times. Alright, the Gilbert Morris stack. This is the Winslow series right here, up to here. I obviously don't have all of them, but I'm slowly collecting them. I'm gonna need my Goodreads to remember which ones I read, because I read these many years ago, and I'm not even sure that I documented it all on Goodreads, because I think it was before I had Goodreads that I was reading them. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. These top 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, are the Wakefield Dynasty series by Gilbert Morris, and I've read all 4 of those, but I don't know if there's any more of the series. I should look that up. 4. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull these out because I don't remember which ones I read. I know I haven't read these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I have read these 6. Okay, I think we're done now with Christian fiction. And now on to junior. Okay, now we are here by my junior books. My Benjamin Rabbit. So cute. Buddy, do you want to come sit by Carmen? Anytime I do anything out of like the ordinary schedule of my day, this dog just gets so unsettled. Like, he just whines. Like, if I'm like filming, it doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every day, and normally I'm just doing random things throughout the house, or I'm sitting on the couch reading or doing something, you know, that's generally in my everyday schedule. If I do anything different, this dog is so unsettled and cannot. He just whines and is just so unsettled, and I'm not sure what to do with him. He's full of anxiety. Capers, do you need Jesus? You're just gonna sit there? Gonna sit there and watch Carmen? Okay, on to the junior. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the Wing Feather Saga series. Chronicles of Narnia. See, the problem with the Chronicles of Narnia books, I used to have the like all-in-one edition, and I think those books were in different order than what these are. I don't remember which ones I read. Let me check Goodreads. So I'm just going to count. Like, these are the ones that I actually remember reading. So I'm just going to count 3 of those for sure that I have read. And 1, 2, 3, 4 that I haven't read yet. It might be different. I don't actually know, but it's fine. Okay, I've not read any of the Penderwick series yet. Hope to get to those soon. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is such a sad book. I don't know if I'll actually read it again. Maybe I should just unhaul it. I'm gonna have to think about that one. But I'll mark it as read because I did read it. Okay. Next up down here, I have the Little House on the Prairie series, and I have read all of those. Okay. The Hardy Boy series down here. Do I try to even count them? 1, 2, 3, 4. These Heroes of the Faith series, I have not read those 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so the Hardy Boy series. I remember reading these books as a child. We borrowed them from our friends. We never had the set at our house, but we borrowed them. These are also my husband's, but I know I've read so many of the series, but I don't remember if I read every single book, and I could not even, like, looking at titles, I don't know that I would actually remember reading them. So I don't know how to count them. Same with the Boxcar Children books, so you can't see them. There's more Hardy Boy books on the shelf beneath this one. And then the Boxcar Children series. I've read so many of the Boxcar Children series. But I don't remember which ones I read, because they were all in my childhood. So what I'm going to do with those, I'm not going to do a comparison of what I've read and haven't read. I'll just count them in the overall total of the books we own. So, okay, so I have now, I think, marked all of the books that I own as either read or unread, or, you know, that category that I won't read cover to cover, that are just education books. This video is probably getting very long. Also, I didn't mention it in the video, but I did count the books that I have that are in my Christmas collection. I have 6 of those, and I have read all of them. So, yeah. Now I'm just gonna go through and total all of these up, because this is a lot of books, y'all. Yeah, this is ridiculous. What? When did I post this video? This old video. It was 11 months ago. So almost in a year. Are you guys ready for some numbers here? What? Okay. So we're just gonna start with the overall total of books that I own. In that video, I said I had 433 books, and that includes like the kids' picture books. My entire total now, remember, excluding the educational books, but including the kids' books, is 586 books. What? So in a year, I accumulated 153 more books. Carmen, you need help. What? Okay. That's insane, y'all. What? Okay. But the total of books, like excluding the kids' picture books, is 540. Out of those 540 books, here's how many I actually read. 198. That's embarrassing, y'all. That's embarrassing. I have only read 37% of my books that I own. Okay, let's just make it an even 40%, because I feel like since I read almost the entire Hardy Boy series, I just have no idea which ones. That would probably bump it up to at least 40% of the books. But still, that's less than half, and I need to go read my books now. So many books. Actually, like I said, I'm probably, when I do the reorganizing video, I'm probably going to unhaul some, because there are quite a few books, especially in the nonfiction section. While I love nonfiction, there are some books that I picked up for free from the thrift store that were being recycled that I just grabbed them because they seemed to like something that I would want to read, but now they've been sitting on my shelf for so long, at least 2 years, and I haven't picked them up yet. So I might just unhaul some of those, so we can maybe bring the number down a little bit. But yeah, I think it's time to go on a book buying ban for the rest of my life. We all know that's not going to happen, but that's insane, guys. Honestly, I am aware that it is such a huge blessing to even be able to own so many books, so many wonderful, beautiful books, because I know there are many people who can't afford to even own one book. So I am very much overwhelmed and just utterly grateful that I can own these books, which is part of the reason why I feel so bad that I haven't read them, because they are just kind of taking up space. I know that I will read many of them later on, and like I've said before, part of the reason why I have so many of these books is just to build an excellent home library for my future kids, homeschooling purposes, and even to lend out to other people who want to read. I just want to make sure that there are good books available for people to read, you know? So, yeah. But that was fun. I enjoyed that. I don't know if you guys even care about numbers and things like that, but now that I have an idea of how many books I own and how many I need to read yet, that it was fun to figure it out. It feels a little bit overwhelming now that I have all of these books that I need to read, that I actually own. I thought I was doing good, you know, because this year I've been reading so many books that I own, but I still haven't even reached the halfway point of reading all the books that I own. But I also have been, obviously, I have, like I said, I gained 153 more books since that last video was made, but oh, wow, okay. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you find this kind of stuff interesting, because I can't be the only nerd here. But anyway, I would also, like, you other booktubers out there, I would actually love to see this. This video takes a lot of time and a lot of math and counting, but I enjoy these kinds of videos, and so if you guys want to do this as well, I would love to see it. I would love to see your numbers and like the comparisons of what you read and haven't read, things like that. So, you know, it'd be great if you guys would do it, but no pressure. This was just something fun that I wanted to do, and thanks to Emma for the inspiration. But anyway, there is that. Now you guys know how many books I own and the embarrassing low amount of books that I've actually read that I own. But anyway, I don't know if I'll ever do a video like this again, but I thought it was fun just this once. Just let me know your thoughts on all of this. Even the judgment. You can bring the judgment in the comments if you want. Be like, Carmen, you need to stop buying books and you need to start reading more of the books that you own, okay? Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna stop this here. I don't really have much more to say about all of this. I just need to read more books. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!